Welcome back. I'm so excited to share a couple of our April celebrations with you guys. My husband's birthday. Happy birthday, babe. As well as the impact of a woman. Celebrating our first anniversary. The podcast and YouTube channel continue to do well. Thank you to our guests, family, and friends who continue to support us along our journey. Now let's continue our conversation about transitioning into the role of caregiver for your loved one. Last month we talked about representative paperwork. This month let's talk about power of attorney. Now, what is power of attorney? It is a legal instrument that can be long-lasting and far-reaching, depending on the type of power of attorney you create. You as the principal person, being in sound mind, would choose someone known as the agent or attorney of that. It could be a family member or a friend, as long as you trust the person. Now, power of attorney is easy to create. You can go to LegalZoom.com and create by just pressing a button and clicking all the responsibilities you want them to have. Or you can see an attorney and have them write up your power of attorney. Sometimes, depending on your state laws, it needs to be signed by a notary. And you also want to make sure that this document is in safe keeping. Most power attorneys can be created with contingencies as to when they start and stop. Other power attorneys, as I stated, can be far-reaching. This is the type that you usually see in long-term care. And it'll start you normally when someone becomes incapacitated and is deemed unable to make sound choices and decisions on behalf of their own care or finances. There are different types of power attorney. Dual power attorney, specific power attorney, and general power attorney. So let's talk about dual power attorney. Dual power attorney is usually given to one person. It doesn't usually have contingencies in it. It's seen most often in, say, long-term care setting is where I see it most often. And dual power attorney gives a person the power to make choices and decisions on behalf of the principal person's finances and health care. If you're going to have a specific power of attorney, I've seen that most often with military families, college students, and people who are traveling from state to crossing state lines to a new address. Specific power of attorney, you highlight exactly what the specific transaction is, whether it be entering you into a contract like signing a lease or opening a bank account for you so that when you get there you can already have your money direct deposit, say for your new job, are some of the things that specific power of attorney will cover. Or you can have two agents, one for your medical and one for your finances. And that will also be considered specific power of attorney. Now let's talk about general power of attorney. General power of attorney usually cover finances. That gives someone the power to sell stocks and bonds, open a bank account, enter into contracts on your behalf. So whomever you're giving power of attorney to, you want to make sure that that person is trustworthy. Power of attorneys, if both parties are in agreement, are very simple to create. Like I said, you can go to LegalZoom.com and click off all the responsibilities you want your agent, in fact, to have. Or you can go to an attorney's office and have it written up. And depending on your state laws, it may or may not be notarized by a notary. But the attorney, in fact, and principal person both must sign an agreement to what the responsibilities will be. Now, I want you to know that power of attorney does end upon the principal person's expiration. So what that means is that once someone passes away, your power of attorney paperwork is null and void. There's nothing you can do. So if you need to continue to handle financial affairs after someone has expired, you want to open an account called POD, payable upon death. So if something should happen, you are able still to access the finances that are needed to handle any situation that should arise. Now, I do want to say again, thank you to all of our family and friends who continue to support us along this journey. And I'm so excited that we have been around for our first year. Looking forward to many more. Thanks for listening.